Hi everybody, welcome to day 5 of my Vlogmas here on Making Things with String. My name is Kate and yes, welcome to day 5. Today was a Sunday, December 4th, and I got some good stitching in today, but I also spent some time shopping with my mother-in-law, and yeah, it was a nice day. We started out in the morning with my yarn advent calendar, which is the Vista Fade Advent by Hue Loco, and I'll splice in some video here of me opening that up. So as you can see, day 4 is really beautiful. The colorway is called Daybreak, and I've actually got them hanging up behind me here. I got some little twinkle lights while I was out with my mother-in-law today, and I decided I was going to try and hang them up along the mantle like that. So I don't know, I think it looks pretty. What do you think? But yeah, you can see at first when I opened up the day 4 today, it seemed pretty similar, and I was like, oh my god, did they accidentally put the same one in box 4? But when you look at them side by side, you can see that day 4 today has a lot more blue undertones in it, whereas day 3 has more sort of pink undertones, so it's sort of fading from pink to blue, and it's beautiful and I love it. So after I opened up the yarn advent calendar, we opened up our beer advent calendar. So here is some footage of that. So today's beer is Twerp by Garrison. Never seen this before. It's a tiny sour IPA. So I've been seeing a lot of tiny IPAs lately, and I'm all about them because I really love IPAs. They're one of my favorite flavors, but they tend to be stronger percentage wise than many other kinds of beer. So a tiny IPA has some IPA flavor, but the percentage is low. It's like a light beer. So for example, this one's only 3.8%. But this one is a tiny sour IPA. And like I mentioned yesterday, I'm not so much into the sours lately. So it was good, and I drank it, but it wasn't really my favorite. But it's cute. Look at that. Look at that mischievous kitty. All right. So my final holiday countdown / advent activity is the holiday countdown Sal, being put on by Evertote, Modern Folk Embroidery, and Roxy Floss Co. And I can post a picture in here of my progress for day 4. So I picked DMC 783 for this piece, and now I'll show it to you here. So here's how it's looking. I'm pretty into it, I think. I like my color choices. They're feeling a little bit retro in a sort of weird way. But I'm liking this a lot, and it's a lot of fun to stitch on. So that's how that's going. Love this. Yep, excited for tomorrow to see what's next. Beautiful. So that's about it. Oh no, I lied to you. I'm sorry. Of course, the turtle. I have done some small amount of work on the turtle. I do have it here with me, but I actually took a video clip of the turtle as well, so I'll put that in here. Just because I've been finding, I just haven't been taking pictures or videos of the turtle, and it is kind of hard to see the progress that I've made on it since I'm just working on the outline. So here's some nice close-up detail of the outline and the whole progress on that turtle. So I didn't make a whole lot of progress today. I didn't have as much stitching time as I might have hoped. I'm kind of getting worried that I'm not going to finish this turtle by the time I wanted to, which would be before Christmas. So I'm going to contemplate that. But for now, we're keeping on with the turtle whenever I'm done my countdown cell stitching for the day. Right, so I got kind of an interesting question on one of my previous Vlogmas videos from X-Stitching Librarian about what I'm going to be making with these little mini skeins of yarn and if there was a pattern that came with it. There's no pattern that comes with the Advent, but there are actually lots of knitting and crochet patterns that are designed for these like mini skeins, and any kind of like scrappy pattern would work. So there's lots of knitting and crochet patterns for that are intended for the use of scraps of yarn that are left over from skeins that you knit projects out of. So I've shown before on my floss tube videos, I think just in my first episode probably, the granny stripe blanket that I'm crocheting with my yarn skeins leftovers from knitting socks. But I have, like I said, gotten 2 advent calendars before this year. So this is my 3rd year getting a yarn advent calendar. And the last 2 times I knit little throws or blankets with them. So the pattern is the Habitation Throw, I believe, by Helen Stewart. Anyways, I'll show you. This is the first one. So this is actually folded into quarters. So, and it's a little bit ratty. The cats have gotten at it a bit, and I may have like dropped a stitch somewhere or something. I'm not sure. It's like not the most beautiful. Well, it's beautiful and cozy, but there's some little snags and stuff in it. But that just makes it a real thing that I use in my life. So that's the first one. This advent calendar was by Elderflower Stitches, I believe. I'll put a link to her stuff somewhere. And then last year, again, I'm gonna have to look up who this advent calendar was because I don't remember it off the top of my head. And just be warned, this blanket isn't technically finished because I haven't woven in my ends, but this was my advent calendar. It's the same pattern, but this is what I did last year. But you can see that the yarns from this advent calendar were quite a bit brighter than that first year from Elderflower. So this one is also just as cozy and nice and squishy, but a lot brighter and crazier looking. And again, these little tails are hanging out all over it because I haven't woven in any of my ends. I have been using it. I just haven't woven in the ends. I don't know. You guys know how I am with weaving in ends. So yeah, I just thought that would be fun to show you. That's what I have done in the past with my yarn advents. I think I'm pretty much decided that that's not what I'm gonna do again this year though. So I've already got 2 yarn advent blankets. I've got my granny stripe blanket. I have several other knitted blankets, some that I've knit, some that other people have knitted and gifted to me. So I don't need any more knitted blankets. And the yarn advents, I don't want to give away. Like I get a nice blanket would be something great to give away as a gift, but I want to keep whatever I make with this. So I have not decided yet what I'm going to make out of it, but I will be looking at options and you'll hear about them when I make a decision. So I think that's all I'm gonna do today. Maybe I'll give you a quick live look at the turtle. Okay, just for those turtle fans. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. See you in the next one.